Hey, beautiful star lovers. This is the full moon, 16 degrees Aries, cardinal fire on the 10th of October 2022, 6:55 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And I have the amazing tobacco and wild rose resin. Tobacco is sacred to Mars, the ruling planet of Aries. And of course, the moon and Chiron are opposite Venus and the sun in Libra. And of course, the beautiful rose is sacred to Venus. So pulling the tobacco rose from love alchemy over you through your auric field, setting the beautiful intentions of the full illumination. This is an incredible full moon activation. Not only do we have Venus and the Sun co-joining, Venus in her underworld phase, Psyche, the asteroid Psyche in Greek, which means soul or spirit, and Psyche is the asteroid that governs deep transformation of love, is exactly co-joining the Sun at 16 degrees, Libra. Venus is in her home sign, her domicile of Libra, with the Sun and Psyche. And of course, 16 in numerology is a karmic number for relationships. Because this is opposite the Moon and Chiron in Aries, and also squaring with the cardinal energies up to Black Moon Lilith in her mean position in Cancer, Black Moon Lilith is also out of bounds at the moment. So she's very wild and erratic and squaring down to this full moon activation with Chiron. You know, we've got these primal instinctual energies that are somatic. It's about how do we sense and feel in our primal instinctual selves, which is our relationship with our body. And Venus is in her underworld phase around really taking us deep into this journey. And I'm calling this full moon devotion of self or abandonment of self. When Chiron is involved in any transit, Chiron is one of the most civilized centaurs. And it is this medicine weaving where in mythology, to keep the myths and the stories alive, it's what happens in our lives, in our dreaming, in our actual psyche, our psychology of the exploration of the mind and the body and the soul, of when we go on these deep, soulful explorations and journeys where we make a pilgrimage to the cave of Chiron. And there, when we enter the cave of Chiron, we are offering ourselves up, voluntary or involuntary, but it's going to happen regardless. And you are exposed and raw and vulnerable on the sacrificial altar. And there, in this sacrificial altar of love and this deep soul searching, because it's opposite Psyche, is you're going to be and have revealed to you your deepest core wounding with Chiron. Now, even having Chiron opposite Venus, this is to do with the themes of self-love or abandonment of self, how you feel with these feminine principles, irrespective of whether you're male and female. This is to do with the feminine principle of love and coming home with Black Moon Lilith and Cancer to your beautiful sensual body. And Venus also activates this sense of soulful connection to being an earthly connection of a full representation of the creatrix. And quite often we've abandoned ourselves in this deep love and devotion of self because it's a wonderful distraction to keep us away from our beauty, our rich source of magic and beauty. And the glyph for Venus is actually the mirror. Now, when we are looking in the mirror, this is a direct relationship back to ourselves. And I talk about this quite often in the Inanna journey work that I offer, which is my beautiful signature journey work, where we journey with the 18-month cycle of Venus as the morning and the evening star and in her underworld phase. And I also weave in Black Moon Lilith into this because there's something quite beautiful and profound around the deep embodiment of working experientially with these Inanna Venus gateways, because it's one of the most oldest feminine initiation ceremonies and rites that exists, that goes back thousands and thousands of years to ancient Mesopotamia. And my focus is around dispelling and breaking the old contracts and curses that the Black Magi put upon the mirrors. The mirror is one of the most sacred talismans, and when you look in the mirror, this is a direct relationship to yourself. Like when you look into the eyes, they are a gateway to the soul. And the mirror is a physical representation of this. So coming back to incredible devotion to self. Now, Chiron opposite Venus and Psyche is this deep soul work as well around your relationship to wealth, abundance, creative prosperity, and how you take your creative gifts out into the world. And this full moon illumination in Aries is giving you the courage and the valor, the confidence to keep going, and there is a rich embodied home calling with this. And Chiron's gift is incredible medicine and awakening to a depth of your soul path with it opposite Psyche to really help dive deep into your body, to have beautiful conversations with yourself and your body and your sensuality, and a gift of transformation of the love of self. And feathers are sacred to the asteroid Psyche. So imagine a beautiful ritual of just brushing yourself with a feather so lightly and gently and tenderly and sensually, loving yourself, bringing yourself, calling yourself back home to a deep devotion of self. My wish for all of you over this full moon in Aries is to come back to love yourself rather than abandoning yourself. It's been tough. It's a tough journey, but this is part of the preparation of the initiatory energy to prepare us as we move into Scorpio season. Also, as Venus will be moving into the sign of Scorpio, I think it's around the 25th of October, and she will be rising reborn as the evening star in November. So check out my Inanna Evening Star container, sacred container. I'm now taking registrations for that. So we're in deep, deep preparation of these incredible feminine energies that are playing out in strong astrological signatures for us at the moment. But, it's not easy with Chiron. That's where we call on the fire, the energy, the tobacco and the rose, and returning home to the Garden of Eden where maybe we actually never left. Okay, much love, beautiful ones. Full moon blessings.